The night holds secrets that defy logic, weaving everyday moments into tapestries of terror. For some, the dead of night isn't a time for rest, but for encounters with the inexplicable, the malevolent, and the truly terrifying. These are not mere tales, but 3 bone-chilling true accounts that prove darkness has a voice, and sometimes it calls for you. I was 26, burnt out from work, and instead of gaming, I found myself bored and restless at 2 a.m. A walk seemed like a peaceful escape, something I rarely did but always found calming, especially when the town was asleep. The dark, quiet streets felt like mine, a pleasant solitude that soon curdled into dread as I ventured further past the neat townhomes into an older, eerier neighborhood where streetlights grew dim, houses looked abandoned, and the road itself seemed neglected, pushing me into a dense, unsettling wooded area on the outskirts of town. Then it shattered the silence, a male scream, not of pain or help, but a chilling, attention-grabbing echo that bounced off the trees, seeming to come from every direction. I froze, straining to see anything in the oppressive darkness, but after 30 agonizing seconds, I cautiously moved on, trying to rationalize it away. However, the uneasy feeling only intensified, and then the scream came again, closer this time and undeniably from behind me. Panic clawed at my throat as I spun around, the sparse, weak streetlights doing little to pierce the gloom, every rustle of leaves making me jump, convinced someone was out there. I knew I needed to turn back, and as I retraced my steps, a terrifying realization hit. The scream had come from asterisk behind asterisk me, meaning whatever it was, I had walked past it. And then I saw him, a dark figure, clad in black, walking steadily towards me down the desolate road. I didn't hesitate, bolting back towards the familiar glow of the town, glancing over my shoulder only to find him gone, each time a horrifying game of cat and mouse in the darkest hours. Finally, making it back to my townhouse, the relief was short-lived, replaced by an even more profound sense of dread when a shuffling sound, then a heavy, deliberate knock vibrated through my front door. Peeking out, I saw the same dark silhouette, standing motionless, a silent confirmation that he had followed me home. Dialing 911 in a hushed whisper, I watched as he knocked several more times before melting back into the night, leaving me with a terrifying void of unanswered questions. The police found nothing, yet for the next month, the nightly, disturbing knocks persisted. Always on the edge of sleep, always leaving me alone with my terror. The unpredictability of overnight Lyft driving was my freedom, but one particular late shift became my worst nightmare as around 1 or 2 a.m. on autopilot. I accepted a pickup request that veered drastically off my usual routes, leading me to an isolated, barren stretch of road, utterly devoid of houses or any sign of life. I waited, messaged the customer, but received no reply, the growing unease prompting me to cancel and head back to town. Just 5 minutes later, another request pinged in eerily from almost the exact same spot, a mile further down the deserted road. Thinking it a glitch, I accepted grateful the drive wouldn't be a complete waste and turned around. This time, a man stood on the side of the road, dressed in jeans and a grey hoodie, a duffel bag slung over his shoulder, his presence inexplicable in such a desolate area. As he silently got in, I couldn't shake the feeling of his eyes on me in the rearview mirror, a cold, unwavering stare that amplified the already bizarre situation. The drop-off location was just as barren as the pickup, and as I pulled to a stop, the oppressive silence in the car became unbearable. Before I could even speak, a gun was pointed at my head, his eyes dead and unfeeling as he ordered me out. Terror seized me as he led me, gun still aimed, deep into the impenetrable darkness of the forest, refusing to answer my desperate pleas. Time stretched thick and suffocating as we pushed deeper into the trees until he abruptly commanded me to stop. In that horrifying moment, knowing my life was about to end, a surge of adrenaline ignited, and I bolted, plunging blindly into the thicker undergrowth.